Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here from Geekazine. We're going to be talking about wearable technology and how HP is tackling that with a thing called DCA, and we're going to do that next. All right, we're here with Dave Gibson and from HP, and we've got a whole bunch of wearables here. Of course, I got my Google Glass, but I didn't bring it with me today. You guys have been working on a way to connect wearable technology, so it's got a little bit more use to it. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what DCA is?
HP has a different type of platform where we can bring disparate devices into one ecosystem, and we bring the right information at the right time to the right device. We integrate them together, interconnect them to make a seamless experience. We can bring them in from different ecosystems, whether it's iOS, Android, or Windows. That's the power of our ecosystem. Also, we can mix and match to make experience, to make people work smarter.
And it's anything basically with an API attached to it, right?
Well, we can work directly with Android devices. We can tag on to APIs to make this seamless integration happen.
Okay. So how does it work? How does DCA? First of all, what does that stand for?
Digital Context Aware.
Okay.
Yep.
How does that work?
It is an application that has a service component to it. It can either sit in the cloud, it can either be hybrid, or it can run local in your local environment. Okay. It determines the context of the situation, and then it basically drives the right information to the right device at the right time based on contextual changes. So it's an engine that does all that complexity. So we know all about the person, and we're able to drive the right information at the right time to the right device. Okay. Right.
Well, now we got a little video that's happening in the background here that's showing something that would use smartphone, watch, and Google Glass. Can you explain a little bit about what that is?
Cliff, why don't you come on in and explain this to us?
All right, we'll get Cliff in here, and we'll talk about that next. Okay, we're here with Cliff, and we're going to learn a little bit more about how DCA works by using the different devices there. So why don't you tell us?
Great. We have a device right here showing we can either use a smartphone, smart glass, and a watch. In this particular case, it's going through a process of a checklist. Okay. So it's showing the customer, showing the client, showing the executive what they're doing. It starts by giving him a direction, turn-by-turn direction of where he's going. Okay. And then it'll go into the process saying when he gets there, what is he going to do? Okay. And it sends him the feedback information either via his smart glass or via his smart watch. And right now it's telling him right now that he's a minute away from his destination. The system itself picks out what device to use at each individual time. The system can also monitor the health of the devices too at the same time to do it. And that's part of what HP's patented here, all the different things in the ecosystem all working together.
So if somebody's got a bad battery or something like that, it can tell that, right?
It'll go through and do a battery sensing check, it'll do a battery health check, and through our patented process of developing a heartbeat, it actually monitors every device within the ecosystem on a continuous basis. Okay. So that it knows which one to do and which one not to do. And then when it gets there, as we show in the example up here, it goes through the checklist of what the individual is going to do when he gets to that location in a step-by-step manner, right. And then he in turn talks to the device and says, next item, next item, next item, until he actually finish it through. It could very easily be someone going through a training proposition of saying, I'm a new employee at this place, what do I need to go through to do my acclimation to the new location? Okay. It could be used on a military base to say, hey, this is how I get to different parts of the military base on a turn-by-turn directional. So basically, we've developed a system that's really ability to expand and scale based upon the need of the client, focusing on what is the business problem that we're trying to solve using the right device for the right person at the right time.
Let's talk a little bit about the security of this, because we're talking any wearable that can produce an API, that has an API that you can connect to. Is there any concerns about security? Is there any concerns about HIPAA for healthcare or anything like that?
We've actually developed a fully 256-bit encrypted end-to-end so that it is secure, okay. But the real key is where you store it. By storing it in the right place in a safe repository, the data is just as secure as if keeping it for any other enterprise application you're doing within the enterprise. And when you look at what Gartner has recently said, this market is going to build about $1.2 billion by 2020. Yeah. So you're going to see more devices in use than cell phones today, which is hard for all of us in our cell phone engaged world to imagine or think of. Yeah. But really this is the future, and HP is going to be here to lead the way.
Do you have like a white paper on all of the DCA?
We have other white papers. You can get us at contacts@hp.com.
Okay.
And send us any emails.
All right. Well, Cliff, thank you very much for your time.
And also thanks to Dave.
Yeah, thanks to Dave for part on this. Wearable technology is becoming part of the enterprise. Using DCA can help you control that, and that's some of the cool stuff that's happening here at HP Discover Barcelona. Jeffrey Powers here with Geekazine. Check everything out over at geekazine.com or youtube.com/Geekazine.